we must look at our history of investment and disinvestment in various parts of the city and the role that race played and continues to play in the way we make decisions and the substance of the decisions we make. I think it is important for me as mayor of this city to say publicly and humbly that the capacity building work that Kelly Rivas laid out here for our city staff, for our city council, for our entire city is integral to our long-term efforts of first acknowledging and seeking to heal the city of Sacramento's role in and the history of racial harm. This is about truth, it's about reform, and it's about reconciliation. And if we don't start with the truth in terms of understanding and acknowledging our history, we are not going to be real when it comes to reform and reconciliation. It is long past time for the city of Sacramento, the capital of California, the fifth largest economy in the world, to own our part in the perpetuation of America's insidious racial equities. And so this is going to require us, as Councilmember Schneer, Vice Mayor Schneer alluded to, and Councilmember Vang said the same thing. This is not a checklist here, folks. That's not what this is about. We have to be collectively, individually and collectively brave and humble and driven as we try to demonstrate what leadership looks like in changing what must be changed. And there are so many pieces of this, which is in part what makes it complicated and maybe initially overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Because I think the presentation today shows us how we can have a short-term, a medium-term, and a long-term strategy in a way that allows us to demonstrate urgency, at the same time not rush through what can't be rushed through, and to create a sustainable culture change in our city. And I want to say something, as I've raised this before, about it starts from within, right? Which is why the work that is already going on among our city leadership, our city team, is so important, because it has to start from within. But ultimately, since we are merely servants of the people, what really matters is how that internal change translates into the public policy and the public decisions that we make. And this is where, I'm a budget guy, because I think budgets are the moral statements of any governmental entity. The policies are important too, but the budgets are really important, because where we send our money speaks to our values. I believe, and this is not defensive, because I want to, as I said, we've got to acknowledge our wrong and our harm. I do believe over these last number of years that the arc of the city is beginning and only beginning to change as we prioritize inclusive economic development and affordable housing and investing in young people and investing in our diverse commercial corridors. That the core function of the cities is no longer just providing basic services. It is much more than that. It's investing in our communities in an equitable and inclusive way, but we're only at the beginning of that transformation. So we tell truth, we heal on the inside, and then we translate that healing into change around the decisions we make and how we make them. And the community leads this. I think that is so important, because we are not going to create a top-down racial equity tool here that is going to be the checklist from all time or for all time and say, look what we did. No. it's really appropriate and really powerful that the community not only holds us accountable, but they help guide this work as they are doing.